What's up everybody, David here, and today we're going to be checking out the Bulldozer, the brand new amp simulation plugin from Audio Assault. Let's check it out. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is go into the DAW and show you guys a more in-depth look at the sound and the features of the plugin. Alright guys, before we go into the plugin, I just want to show you the processing that I did on the sample track, on the demo track. So the rhythm guitars are going straight into the amp plugin, and then after that all I have is some subtractive EQ. I didn't add anything, I just cleaned up some mud around 125 and pulled out some of the 4K. As far as the lead tone, I have it going into a limiter just to even out the playing. Then it goes into the amp plugin, and then I'm using a reverb. And later I will go into why I did not use the reverb pedal included in the plugin. But let's check it out. Okay, so now let's check out the lead tone and a few more of the pedals. So this plugin came out about a week ago and it went on sale for $5 until the 24th of July. Then it goes up to $50. Right now it's the 23rd, so by the time a lot of you are seeing this, it's probably 50 bucks already, so shit. So I thought the plugin was cool. I got a pretty good rhythm tone and I really enjoyed some of the pedals actually, specifically the distortion, the chorus, and the doubler. The distortion was just super clean, the chorus sounded great and it was really easy to use and dial in, and then the doubler is like worth its weight in gold. Seriously, I'm so like happy that they put that in there because especially from a mixing standpoint, doublers are amazing for guitars, and it is so awesome that they put that in there as a pedal because it sounds dope, and again, just like the chorus, it's super easy to use. Another cool thing about just the plugin in general is it's got so much stuff in it. It comes with a 2-channel amp, 4 cabs, 4 mics per cab, and then it also has 10 pedals all in one plugin, which is awesome, especially if you were able to grab it for $5 because that's totally worth it. Now once it goes up to $50 on the 24th, so there were some things I really did not like. For example, the reverb and the delay. The reverb and the delay were super choppy, and I didn't like anything I got out of those pedals, and that's why you saw me using a different reverb in the demo. So next is the cabinets and the mics. You can get a lot of different tones, there's a lot of choices, but the problem is they all have this super annoying high-end like whistling, every single one of them. And it's kind of overbearing, and they built a low pass filter into the plugin, but once you get it all out, you've then lost all the clarity and all the high end of the tone. So to really dial in these tones, you're gonna have to do some pretty surgical EQing, and there was no mic or no cabinet that didn't have that high end just annoying hissiness. And luckily you can turn off the cabinet and load your own impulse, but it kind of sucks that the ones that are in it are just like super hard to work with. And when it comes to the lead tone, I really had some trouble getting a big lead sound. All of them just ended up kind of sounding shrilly and thin, and thankfully they had the doubler because that helped, but I just was really kind of let down with the cabinets and the mics. They could be a lot better. Most likely you probably have some impulses that sound quite a bit better than those. Overall the plugin is pretty cool, but I think once it hits $50 at that price point, I don't think it's really worth it because yeah, you get some cool pedals and stuff, but the problem is that I've gotten just as good of tones. Actually, I've gotten better tones using free amp simulators and free impulses. And on top of that, Joey Sturgis Tones, their amp simulators I think are like 80 bucks and they're always having sales. So you can get it for just a little bit more than this Audio Assault one, and I feel like you'd get way better tones. And I'm not saying it's the worst thing on the planet, I just think at that price point, you can do a lot better. So that's where I'm gonna end it for today, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Did you like the amp? Did you hate the amp? How's your day going? Just go down there and say what's up. I love talking to you guys. Anyways, of course, do not forget to like and subscribe. There's new videos every single week and you don't wanna miss any content. And on that note, thank you so much for watching. My name is David, and I'll see you next time.